This is Ward back with another video, and today we're going to be going over the recent news regarding the very questionable business decisions based on Nintendo regarding their online expansion pack and in terms of their pricing and what they're offering, and of course which might be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Since I was as someone who's been a fan of Nintendo over the years and kind of been demanding some uncertain things that they have yet to provide on their Nintendo Switch. I don't think this is I don't think this is the way to do it in my opinion, but after I kind of go over this recent news, I'll probably give my personal opinions in depth. In depth. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive in right into this article. And starts off saying that and the Nintendo has announced the price release for the upcoming Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack subscription tier, which adds Nintendo 64 games, Sega Genesis games, and bundle access to the new paid Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise DLC, and will cost $49.99 per year for an individual subscription or $79.99 for a shared family membership. The service will officially launch on the 25th of October, and those prices are a big jump from the regular Switch Online subscription, which costs $19.99 per year for a single membership or $34.99 per year for a family subscription. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. And so, without further ado, the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack subscription tier offers the same benefits as the standard Switch Online service, including the online multiplayer, classic NES, and Super Nintendo Entertainment System games, cloud saves, and other perks. And but the expansion subscription also adds access to other retro titles from the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis. And today's pricing announcement include news that the premium subscription service would also bring bundled access to the new paid Animal Crossing Horizons DLC. And at launch, the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack service will include several of the most popular N64 games, which will include Super Mario 64, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and Mario Kart 64. And additional titles are also planned for the future, like Banjo-Kazooie, Pokemon Snap, Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, and Paper Mario. So the higher $49.99 per year price point also puts the Online Plus expansion pack more in line with other major subscription cost competitors like Sony and Microsoft. So, yep. But yet, in my opinion, like based on my personal opinions on the Nintendo Switch Online, despite being one of those guys who actually loves Nintendo, but I gotta say, hey, their online service is actually very lackluster comparing to Sony and Microsoft. But at least with Sony and Microsoft, if you buy their subscription, and at least you might actually get occasionally get some games monthly, at least get a few games for free every month, based on your subscription. But in impacts and occasionally get some discounts if you get into their subscriptions. But but for Nintendo Switch, I gotta say this seems very anti-consumer. So in addition with the Switch Online and expansion pack details, Nintendo also opened pre-orders for the matching wireless N64 and Sega Genesis controllers, each $49.99 with USB-C charging, that is selling in to go with new retro games. New controllers are set to ship alongside the new service on the 25th of October. And so yeah, that's going to be it, guys. And I gotta say, as somebody, like I said before, as someone who's been a fan of Nintendo since I've started gaming way back in 1996, I'm not really that impressed with it, to be honest. And no, this is not I'm not just jumping in the bandwagon because this is very anti-consumer, just jumping the price up like this and offering games from Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games, and just at a really high, ridiculous price. I suppose just can only play online. I gotta say that's not a cool sign, and heck, even I'm not really alone on this as well, because just looking at the here, I'm just gonna hopefully, oops, hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for this. so yeah, just looking at it right now, this is not a good sign right here based on the dislike ratio. It not a good sign. And just look at some of the comments saying, as someone paying for the family membership, $80 is way too much, especially since I may very well be the only one interested in Animal Crossing DLC. Or lower the price or add more features to make it worth our while ASAP. So yeah, just like I said before, if you want to make this online service worthwhile, Nintendo, even though you probably have your ears kind of like have your ears plugged at this point, at least give the games a little discount at least, or just actually give some monthly games for free, just like how Microsoft and Sony are doing. But this might be like a little long shot, but hey, if for any of you guys watching this video, definitely sound out your opinions like this it's because otherwise it's like may not really do much, but at least you're actually making an effort, and hopefully maybe one day they'll probably change their ways, but which may or may not happen anytime soon. But so yeah, and and of course somebody although like the way they kind of like did it like with Virtual Console, at least that's like a really good way to actually handle those how to handle like offer these old retro games to introduce to newer generations. But the way you do this like this, where you can only play these retro games while playing and paying for the online subscription fee, that's not the way to do it, man. Yeah, not the way to do it. But back in the day, back in the Wii and Wii U era, the way they did like virtual consoles, I like the way they actually did it. Like it actually worked pretty well. To where you actually own the software. But and also like even during the earlier phase of the Nintendo Switch, whenever they had like back in 2016 and 2017 when they released these old mini consoles, that's actually really good as well. You know that they might be really hard to find these days, but if you actually bought those little mini consoles, you actually own the software. And just like just doing something like that, I don't know, not a fan. and also like including the Sega Genesis Classic, at least that's like one of the good things about it as well. But and that's all I gotta say. And so far, let me just go ahead and probably see if I can refresh it and see how it's going on. And if we got a new update on like a dislike ratio, nah, it's still the same. And so yeah. And so that's all I gotta say, guys. And I know kind of got a little rambling and based on my own thoughts, but if you got your own opinions is about this, then go ahead and sign off in the comment section below. And if you found this video to be very informative and helpful, then be sure to drop a like as always and subscribe for more content like this and hit the bell to be notified when my next video is going to drop. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.